Why y'all tripping? I'm just fine. 12:45, about that time. Couldn't get it all week. Time to unwind. Drink. Come on. Drink like a tank. Lose my mind. This crazy. Way too bad. Rose baby. Ways too stack. Hottest thing in the lot. That they're mine. Can't spell so. Hey, listen. He has lost his damn mind. And I just came to the people to chat real quick. Unfortunately, this Jeezy and Jeannie Ma situation is definitely taking a turn for the absolute worst in the case of Jeezy. Okay, in my opinion, I was trying to get the full docs, unable to get that at this time, but um, we still gonna get into some things because Shade Room has a lot of stuff. My only problem with that is I guess it's good that they're covering up some of the markings. Okay, so for some people that do not know, it looks like Miss Jeannie Mai is accusing Jeezy, her soon to be ex husband and father of her child. She is accusing this man of DV. Okay, this is what she's accusing him of. Now, it's real interesting timeline of events from what I can recall. All right, Jeezy filed for a divorce from Jeannie Mai back in September. Jeannie appeared to be shocked, shook, confused because she was just promoting his book, praising him, and all of that, right? Then eventually she ended up responding. She made it appear as though it was a complete shock to her and everything that he was indeed filing for a divorce from her. What else went on to take place? Um, I feel like it was more that has taken place between them. You know, people were saying that, oh, he didn't want her mom and her brother around. They were living in the house and stuff. So how she lives versus how he lives was a problem. People were creating excuses for Jeezy where I felt like a lot of the stuff that people are using as an excuse are things that he should have already known prior to him getting down on one knee and deciding that he wanted to propose to this lady and actually be married to this woman. You feel what I'm saying? So that's that. Fast forward, he's wanted to get he started out wanting full custody of his child. Then he switched it from full custody to only wanting joint custody and saying that he's only seen the daughter for about eight different times this year. Baby, see, this is where he messed up because you tried to come and get that lady kid. You know what I'm saying? And when you did that, I think you played a little too hard. And Jeannie Mai was like, oh, but you want to play? So you want to motherfucking play? Because if that's what you want to do, we could get into some things and we can motherfucking play. So let's play. Let's play on today. And that is what Jeannie Mai decided to do, baby. She pressed that button and she let us know about all of the DV and stuff that has transpired between she and Jeezy throughout their relationship, or at least their marriage. Now, I have to go back and say this now. Jenny, I have to I feel like I should take back what I said about you being surprised about the divorce. Because I feel like with you mentioning the different things that you said that he did to you throughout this marriage, then you couldn't have been surprised about the DV, about the divorce. I'm sorry. And what was going to take you couldn't have been too surprised that he was going to divorce you. You probably hell, you should have pulled that trigger before he did, to be honest with you. Okay, so we are going to get into some stuff at this time. And I just hate, hold on, because I'm really trying to see if I can pull up these give me 1 second, y'all, because I'm trying to see, can I grab this? Um, Give me 1 second. Is there not one? Dang, I hate that. Let me just do this. Is this it? Okay, that's fine. We'll just do what the Shade Room has at this time. So let us go ahead and check out what they over here talking about. Okay, somebody says, I don't believe her as a DV victim. They said, I don't believe her as a DV victim. I filed for a divorce and couldn't wait to get it over with. Why try to work it out if he did all of those things? Okay, I think that's an interesting take on it. I can see that. But I also can see this, right? Because that is your experience, right? And when it comes to her experience, I don't know, but I could see her wanting to stay in it to save face from embarrassment after going through a public divorce already. And sometimes when women get in these DV situations, and I don't know how long you were in yours to where you finally filed for your divorce, but I feel like people be thinking they could change folks. If I just do this, then maybe they'll change. And if I just do that, and then they overstay, they welcome. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking it could have been that. I could be wrong, but just giving, another alternative way of thinking on that situation, So those are my thoughts, but I'm not saying you don't have a point, you know. But let's see what else they're saying about this situation here. Let me get this off the screen. All right, y'all. So let's get into these details here because I think this is where it started out. Actually, I feel like, matter of fact, let me, is it, 'cause I feel like it might be more details on their website. So we'll pull up the website and see what they got for us. Okay, I see him denying some stuff, but that's not what I wanted. Is this it? This might be it. Okay, let's try this, y'all. All right. So this is from earlier today where they're saying that they have some actual documents of, said abuse. Okay. So they go in and they say recent court filings have revealed more information about Jeannie Ma and her estranged husband. Court documents obtained by the Shade Room detailed a history of DV and child neglect allegedly at the hands of Jeezy. Now, the documents describe between 3 to 4 incidents of physical, what, against Jeannie. Child. They're saying Jeannie Ma alleges that he popped her in the face. In 2022, one incident allegedly occurred at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in San Francisco, California. Okay. Then go on to say Jeezy allegedly choked Jeannie from behind as she was ascending the stairs, and then he pushed her down the steps per the paperwork. The incident caught the attention of the hotel security guard stationed in the lobby. Okay. This is some crazy stuff here. They go on to let us know a record show the rapper proceeded to verbally assault Miss Girl, calling her a effing BIT and repeating, I can do so much better than you. Whoa, not you done sat up here and hawk this lady down to date her, do all of these amazing things for her to brag about over there on the reel, only to turn around and try. It's a completely different situation, completely different now, and the man telling you that he can't he could do so much better than you. I believe that the man also told her, I think I read that he also told her he couldn't wait to divorce her. Okay, and that's where it was like, well, then Jenny, if he said that before, then you shouldn't be too surprised when that came. But anywho, security allegedly intervened and provided Jeannie protection provided Jeannie protection after she repeatedly stated she felt unsafe. Now, another incident allegedly occurred 3 weeks after Jeannie gave birth to her daughter Monaco in January. They put 2002, but I'm sure it's 2022. Dude, it's so long ago. All right. Reports state that during a conversation inside a parked car on January 18, 2022, Miami records show that Jeezy requested that the driver step outside the vehicle and begin to berate Jeannie. Okay, so he began to go off on her, cuss her the hell out, and say whatever else it is he wanted to say to her. So you mean to tell me this was a few weeks after she gave birth to the baby? What kind of it is that, girl? Why that made me think about Destiny from Love and Marriage Huntsville when she sat up there and said that man filed for a divorce a few weeks after she had that baby. I'm not saying him and Jeezy the same person at all. I'm just saying the situation made me think of that because clearly Jeezy decided to stay in. He may have cussed her the hell out after the baby, but waited a year plus to embarrass her as down to the worldwide. Ooh, let's keep going. All right. So they're saying at the time he hurled insults such as you whore, okay, called her and said, I can't wait to divorce you when we get back. Jeannie was held against her will inside the vehicle. While trying to escape, Jeezy allegedly struck her with a closed fist across her cheekbone and her eye. The attack reportedly caused her to have a subconjugal, what is this? Subconjugal hemorrhage. Interesting. Y'all know I gotta look that up, honey. Okay. Oh, they're saying she had a broken blood vessel in the eye. That is what that is. So they're saying following the incident later that week, the estranged couple contacted their pastor and therapist for counseling regarding the ongoing DV situation. All reports of abuse were reported to a pastor, therapist, and a close friend of Jeannie. So this is the attorney letting them know, like, listen, we done told you to not play with us on this, and we have people that will we have witnesses, basically, is what is given. Now, Jeezy sat his ass over there in that interview with what's that lady name, Nia Long, and he did mention that they went to therapy and all of that. Okay, he did say that that's what they did. But I'm like, if you over here calling the shots and you're saying that, you know, you have the therapist, you got the pastor, you told a close friend this, and then you're also saying security had to step in. These are all of the people that you're gonna have to subpoena to bring to the front to validate your story. Because how I feel, in a sense, is if, because, you know, I know people say they don't believe her, they feel like she lying or whatever the case is, and if Jeezy is standing by what he's saying that this ain't true, she would have to come to court and prove that, SHI. If it ain't true, you're gonna have to prove that I did all of that, because I got too much on the line. You trying to make me lose a whole lot to sit up here and lie on me about some stuff that you saying that I did to you. Bring it to the motherfucking front. Period. That's crazy. Okay, let's keep going. So they're saying more allegations of stuff like this. They're saying another incident reportedly involved verbal abuse at a UNCF annual event. It was a mayor's ball on December of 2022. They said during this event, Jeannie went to the restroom with a good girlfriend, and Jeezy allegedly became enraged because he did not know her whereabouts for 25 minutes. He allegedly reacted by abruptly demanding that the two leave the party. I don't know about this. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Y'all know I'm for a person that love hanging out and partying all the damn time and love and enjoyed toting you around on his arm and stuff like that. He really demanded that y'all leave the party immediately. And if I have questions about that, it might cause me to have questions about more. Okay. But they go on to say, once in the vehicle, Jeezy reportedly asked the driver to exit and began to course her to hell out. Okay, basically verbally abuse her. She attempted to exit the car 2 times, she says, per the court docs. On the second time, he allegedly grabbed the neckline of her dress, tearing the dress and causing multiple 2 to 3 inch scratches across her right breast with his fingernails. Ooh, girl, this is very descriptive. This is given a very interesting description. These are things that I know as an attorney I will be sent over there highlighting, and you would have to bring this to the front. I would love to see any evidence that you have when you're over here on line item B, honey. Whatever this is, pull it out. They're saying Jeannie reported this incident to her therapist while Jeezy was present. She also told her best friend in confidence about the incident. Now, in another incident, Jeezy allegedly injured Jeannie and himself after crashing a golf cart. All right. I think I may have jumped a little bit. Yeah, crashing a golf cart. They're saying in exhibit in 1, 2, and 3, Jeannie shared text messages from Jeezy apologizing for his behavior that caused the injuries. Okay, so I guess he had bad behavior that ended up resulting in this situation, in this, you know, happening to her. I don't know, I guess the golf cart flipped over or something. So we'll get into that. He says, I'm sorry, babe. Haven't forgiven myself for putting you in danger. I've been uneasy and sad about it. So I would like to know exactly, when did the golf cart situation take place? Because y'all are speaking on a golf cart, but what I want to know more of is, when did this golf cart situation take place? Before alleged abuse took place in January 2022, or did this take place after, in like 2023, or like when exactly did this happen? All right. Let me see. It looks like the shade room might have this. You can't really see it. I'm gonna try and blow it up and read, get all in their business. Cause why is y'all all on WhatsApp talking? Is this permanent residence or temporary? If so, what's the next address Monaco will be living at? Is temporary for my show, same as when you saw me shopping before. Next address is still being finalized as I always have before. I'll let you know. Okay, thank you for confirming the assault rifle is no longer in our home. That's all I've been asking for weeks, as I'm sure you agree for the safety of Monaco. Ooh. You are scheduled to get Monaco May 7th through the 13th. Are those dates still good for you? If so, we can I guess that means schedule something for him to get her or whatever. Also, let me know what other dates in May or June are good for you. So you sitting over there trying to say this, that you ain't been seeing your kid, but it seems like she's been trying to kind of work with you to make sure that you're able to get access to this little girl. But I don't know. I don't know when was these messages sent. I see a time on them, but I'm not necessarily seeing a date on when they were sent. Okay. Now, they go on to say, unbeknownst to Jenny, Jeezy was overly intoxicated before the crash happened. So he crashed that golf cart, and we'll get into the bruising and things. They said that wasn't the first time he allegedly crashed the vehicle during their marriage. He also crashed his luxury vehicle into the side of their home at one point. Per the docs, no one was seriously injured at the time, but there was some damage to their property. So this is one scuff. Oh, I guess this is two. I think there's another image that's not necessarily coming through. So they're saying Jenny lists concerns over toddlers' alleged access to Jeezy's item, the item that he had in the house. Okay. So they're saying the motion also discussed concerns for their 2-year-old safety. According to the documents, the minor child was vacated from the Atlanta residence on October 11, 2023. Jenny reportedly removed Monaco after she found the child with Jeezy's Louis Vuitton bag. Jenny checked the bag to see what was in it and why it was so heavy, and learned that it had an AK-47 in the bag. Now, what the hell both of y'all doing that the bag is easily accessible to Miss Monaco? Okay. They're going on to say some of Jenny's additional alleged concerns include issues with explosive outbursts and excessive drinking. This is in addition to the DV perpetuated against Jenny and his eldest son, Jadarius, because y'all know he does have that history of getting into it with his son like that. Now, documents also state that Jenny mistakenly believed him when he convinced her before their marriage that he was a changed man and his past was in his past. So, Jenny, are you saying that he's been showing you this behavior before you accepted the proposal and decided to marry this man? Because that's what you're putting here. However, that doesn't seem to be the case. Police reportedly arrested Jeezy in 2014 with charges of battery, false imprisonment, and making terrorist threats against his son from another relationship. Ooh, they using your past against you, honey. Meanwhile, the artist recently updated a motion regarding his custody request for Monaco. All right. Let's go back over to the shade room because I feel like they definitely have some additional things. Okay. So let's hop over here. So this says the required item inventory. So basically, these are some clippings from the, let me go back. So these are some clippings from the news, or from the court docs. So they're saying, in truth, the safety and well-being of the minor child while in the care and custody of the father has been of utmost concern to the mother since she first learned that the father was seeking a divorce. Due to father's past outbursts of physical V and verbal A against mother and his eldest son, mother has valid concerns as to father's ability to appropriately parent a small child. Father also has documented issues with explosive outbursts, excessive drinking, and DV perpetuated against her and the son. They're saying that Jeezy's mixture of concerning attributes along with his penchant for leaving oh wow, bullets, rifles, okay, leaving items and those accessories lying around, which gives Jenny more of a reason to be concerned about her child's well-being, because they're saying that he just be having stuff lying around the house, things that could just harm the baby. Girl, really? I would hope he a bit more responsible than that, but I don't know this man like that. They said, by way of example, on January 18, 2022 in Miami, while the couple were talking in a parked car, they said Jeezy requested for the driver to step outside the vehicle and then began to go off on Jenny. He hurled insults, and we kind of got into all of that. He said he couldn't wait to divorce her when they got back. And then this was in January of 2022, and then he divorced you in 2023. You shouldn't have been too surprised. You should have been relieved, in all honesty, but I guess it was the embarrassment, I suppose. I don't know. They're saying that he held her against her will. So is that going to result in some type of kidnapping charges or of some sort? Okay. I feel like this is pretty much repetitive. We probably kind of got into all of this in the article. Now, this right here is an incident report from that situation at the Ritz-Carlton of what they saying happened. So some people are like, I don't believe it, it ain't true. Where there is an incident report now. And this is it. And it was documented. It looks like it was documented on April 15th now. I'm just telling y'all what it looks like over here. So something done went down. Something didn't happen. I'm gonna read it too. It says LP Base received a call in regards to a domestic dispute. And let me screenshot this. All right. So we can read more of this and be nosy, since they're gonna put it out here like the period. Okay, so LP Base received a call in regards to a domestic dispute in the lounge bar at approximately whatever time that is, 22:21. Ain't that's nighttime? Lounge server stated that Jeezy had pushed now this is a lounge server. The lounge server is reporting that Jeezy pushed Jenny down the steps leading to the main lobby. Okay. They're saying that somebody responded to the call, and upon arrival, they noticed that the Jenkins, Mr. and Mrs., was over there arguing. Okay. One of the police officers did approach the guest and continued to sit on the lobby bar and requested 5 minutes to discuss things alone. After the given time, he spoke with both guests, telling them that they needed to continue their conversation elsewhere because it was disruptive to the other guests. Guests moved. So Jeezy and Jeannie moved to the hallway. When they moved to the hallway, they continued that conversation. They said Jeezy requested he get his Louis Vuitton bags from the room, and the officer was in the process. I guess he says, as I was in the process, he says, I was called. Where were you called? He was called back to assist due to Jenny being beginning to raise her voice, resulting in him having to put the luggage retrieval on hold. So y'all both was over there getting it in. So he done pushed you down the stairs and you over there raising your voice, cussing him the hell out. Oh, child, y'all both is just, girl, y'all just was not good for each other at all. Okay. They said Jeezy requested to go outside and get him some fresh air. And to talk to Jeannie. Also had previously stated that she felt the officer talked to Jeannie. She said she felt unsafe being alone with him and requested that the officer stayed nearby. Guests talked near so basically the Jenkins talked near the valet office and then moved themselves to the front desk, where Jeezy got another room key to retrieve the rest of his belongings. They're saying that Jeezy continued to try to press the issue of wanting to converse with his wife, but due to Jenny comment stating that she was done talking, the officer told Jeezy he needed to willingly walk away from the situation, or the officer was going to have to call the police. Was so hold on, not the LP. Okay, so it seems like this might be the lounge server. Okay, so he said that he might have to call the police. All right. Now give me a second. I can see. Hold on, cause see, it's more. Okay. Now both guests went up to the room, but Miss Jenkins requested that the person come along because she felt unsafe being with her husband by herself and wanted to make sure that she came out the room unharmed. So the person escorted both guests and they continued their conversation in the room. Now, now Jeezy wanted the person to wait outside. Not like you told the driver to get outside the car. I'm just telling you what Jenny said in her documents, okay? Now he said he wanted the person to wait outside, but the person stated that I could not do that due to his wife's fear and for her safety. After their conflict, they're saying that Jeezy made him aware that he was getting another room and to have his personal belongings, which were previously retrieved, ready in the front at the front desk or whatever for when he came down to pick up his room key. I then spoke to Jenny, and she said that she did not need any more assistance and that Jeezy will come down to pick up his room key when he was ready. So I guess they ended up having that talk. I don't know if he ended up leaving and going to another room or whatever the case happened. But that is what that small fine print is saying that y'all see on the screen. Okay, so this is getting real messy. Now, Jeezy came to the front and Jeezy said, wait a minute. Okay, while y'all sitting over there talking, let me get y'all together. All right. Why y'all tripping? I'm just fine. He says the allegations are not only false, but also deeply disturbing, especially coming from someone I loved. Don't be trying to, sir. Don't be trying to put that in and talk about somebody that you love, but you ain't give a damn about the person that you love when you sat up there and you put that divorce out there and fed it to the media. Don't even try and play like that, because you ain't give a damn about her then. And now all of a sudden that your teeth is falling out. The sky is falling. It is with your teeth in it. Now you want to sit over here and come back and talk about coming from somebody that I loved? This malicious attempt to tarnish my character and disrupt my family is ridiculous. It's disheartening to witness the manipulation and to see that play. Okay? And if she is manipulating, she ain't the only one. Period. Okay, talking about it's disheartening to witness the manipulation and deceit at play. And at this time, my main concern is being an active father to our daughter as I continue to fight for court mandated joint custody. Rest assured, this is the key for me. It's this last sentence. Rest assured, the truth will prevail through the proper legal channels. When I see that, what I hear is this. BITCH, you lying on me, and I guarantee you I'm gonna sue your ass for defamation, and I'm gonna have your mother ass so tied up with this shit, you ain't gonna know what to do. Even if I paid you alimony and child support, bitch, that won't be enough to get you out the financial debt I'm gonna put your ass in. That is how I read that. Now I could have read too far and leaned too deep into that sentence, but that's what I get from it. I said he finna have your ass tied up, ma'am. Especially if you lied on him. Now, if this is even if it is true, I feel like he's still gonna have you tied the hell up. If it's true, if it's not true, he probably gonna try and hit you with defamation or something, if that's possible. If it is true, the fact that you exposed it is definitely giving punishment. And can I also say that I feel like the fact that people were saying that Jeezy did not want the mom around or something like that, the mom, the brother and stuff like that around, that kind of made me question, could what she be saying is true? Because I feel like maybe he didn't want them around so he could continue to do what the hell it is that he does. And he can't berate you and do all of that stuff if those people are around. Now, granted, it could be that this my mother house and I don't want no people in it, period. So I'm not going to take care of your family, had them get the hell out. It could be that. But then I wouldn't be surprised if it was, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you feel like that. You feel what I'm saying? Was there anything else that had dropped out of the sky with these people? Let me refresh. Now, I don't know if he put more stuff up or what, but yeah, that is what's going on with Jeezy and Jeannie Ma at this time. This is just terrible. This is a very, very messy situation. Very, very. Y'all gotta let me know if y'all believe her. I don't know what to believe. I don't put nothing past nobody. I I don't put nothing past nobody. Anything is possible. We don't be with these people every day, all day to really know for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it could potentially be true. Okay. But I believe Jeezy. Okay, so Jeezy sent some information over to the Jasmine brand where he was trying to I believe discredit what Jeannie Mai was saying as far as like the DV situation and stuff like that. Basically saying that the markings on her body that she is trying to show is tied to the golf cart and is not tied to anything else. But based on what I read in the on the Shade Room's page, it seems like that was very clear and understood. I didn't take it as you put those markings on her. I took it as it came from the golf cart incident because that's exactly what they said. Okay. So, and you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't even know if he sent this to her. I think they probably got it from the court documents actually and put it out there. And once Jeezy made his statement saying that, all these allegations are false, I think they may have like labeled the headline a bit like misleading or whatever the case was. But yeah, so that's what's going on with Jeannie, y'all. Let me see what some of y'all comments saying and whether or not y'all believe this. Huh? I'm confused, Nyla. Divorcing over someone, quote unquote, walking to their home and it not being able to be resolved by a convo was a bit suspect. What part was that? I'm not sure what you're saying. Someone says, Yasmin says, I believe her because I've known Jenny to be a liar, and Jeezy will lie to protect his image as he has before. Oh, you've never, I'm sorry. I believe her because I've never known Jeannie to be a liar, and Jeezy will lie to protect his image as he has before. Okay. People are saying that Jeezy is manipulative. See, this is why I am leaning towards believing her, is because of his past and how he's handled the women he's dealt with in his past. And I've already talked about that. So for the people that are new, you'll have to just probably go through the other videos I've done on Jeezy and Jeannie. To where I went through some of the other situations that he's had with his other past baby mamas. So people were trying to make it seem like he is so perfect, and he's not, and people were really ridiculing her because she's not a black woman, and because of her comments over on the Real when she said she liked her dark meat on the side. Obviously he was okay with that comment. He married her. Why y'all more upset than he is? So they feel like a lot of this is her fault. Oh, you must have did something wrong because he the one divorcing you and this, that, and the other. Da, da, da. Now these allegations are coming out and you having a witness actually wrote a complaint listing everything that they saw, and they're confirming her story. So yes, it is possible for a person to be um abusive, whatever the case is, not a great person, and still be the same person to file for a divorce. You know, um, yeah, I feel like they use all of that stuff as like control tactics at time. What's up, Mims? What's going on? I'm taking Jamie off my emergency contact list. Embarrassing. Listen, I had a long day yesterday. I'm gonna call you later. Thank you for the super chat. On Barry Singh. Not you to call me out on my live. And Barry. Yeah, I'll tell you about it when I call you. Let's see. It's sad though, because if he hadn't filed, she was going to stay with him to save face. I'm with her. F it, air it all out. I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I really feel like that's exactly what she was gonna do. She was willing to stay, suffer through it, and that's what I was telling the person earlier that said that she, was in a abusive situation and she got a divorce, so she wasn't really believing Jenny because when she was going through that, she got up and left. And I feel like everybody has their own time limits of how long they'll deal with something or not. And because Jenny has already suffered a public divorce and she got drugged, you know what I'm saying? It was really bad. So I think that she didn't want that to happen, and she damn sure didn't want it to happen so soon after suffering that one. And she had just had that baby. I also see Jenny as the type of person that would try to be like any other person. Is like, oh, I think I can fix somewhere, maybe this, or maybe, it was my fault or whatever. So yeah. Somebody says, I think black women want to take his side because she's not black. Jeezy is the problem, been the problem, and she was head over heels in love with that man. Listen, I cannot disagree. I've had people in my DMs that have more so been on the side of Jeezy, and I think you absolutely right. And I'm like, why? Because you're more familiar with him than you are with her. That don't mean she. And if you're more familiar with him than you are her, then you really need to school yourself on his history too. You know, shame on y'all. Y'all stay on Chris Brown head about what he did, and then magically forget what the hell Jeezy been out here doing. Okay. Um. Someone says, I have a family member that has been abused for literal years. Jesus. And we can't break his hold on her. It's not as easy to walk away for everyone. That is 1000% true. I do think she decided to have a baby with the rich black man and not the regular white man. The white, really? You think so? Really? I don't know. Maybe she thought she found her happily ever after. I mean, I'm not saying you wrong, but maybe she found her happily ever after. I mean, but you is right. Old boy was giving a regular dealer. She was the one with the money, because did she have to pay him when they got the divorce? He got some of her money, not the other way around. So you probably right now. You probably right now, Candace. Oh, okay, yeah. Candace is the one that commented earlier. She says, "I'm not saying she should have left right away. I didn't. I took it a couple of months. What I'm saying is, why contest the divorce if he was abusive to you?" A good point. She has an outweigh drag it. She has an out. Oh, she has an out. What? An out? Why drag it? Oh, she has an out. I'm tripping. I ain't see the punctuations, but I got you now. She has an out. Why drag it? Good point. I think that is a good point. I do think that that's something to think about and consider. Could she be, but not 100% with the situation? Because you definitely had an out. Why didn't you go for it? But I don't know, y'all. I really don't. Because I don't know. Because some people do have outs and they don't utilize it. Because it's like you don't be knowing what's on their mind, like what's on their head. She probably did see an out, but maybe saving face was more important for her than taking that out. you know. But I think that you raised a good point though. She spoke about how her and Freddie agreed they never wanted kids and he changed his mind. True. Yes, Jenny didn't want kids. I feel like that validates Mim's point when he said, I feel like she wanted to have a baby by a rich black man and not that white guy. Because she never did want kids ever. That's right. So it could have been a must be the money. It must have been. I don't blame Jenny. I'm with Jenny for fighting this out, y'all. I'm sorry. You're not finna sit up here and divorce me, waste my motherfucking time. But I had your child and stuff, or whatever the case is. And you finna come down here and hit me with a divorce. And everybody else know about it before us, but before I do. But then again, I feel like she did kind of know. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she did know this. I don't know. And I didn't originally, but now when I get these details, and the way they argue and stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if she did know that this divorce was coming. But the fact that it was fed to the blog so quickly, yeah, because I'm like, usually we'll hear about a case a few days later, like such and such filed on a Monday, X, Y, and Z, and it may be that Thursday or something. Nah, if we getting it the same day, like Jenny, let me go back to Jeezy. Jeezy gave the blogs that I don't care what nobody's talking about. Somebody in that camp gave the blogs that information and said, hey, here you go. This is what's going down. So for us to find, Jenny just filed this stuff early this morning on today. And actually some stuff was filed like a few days ago, and then more details were filed on today. So I still feel like it was fed. It was like, here you go. since he want to play and you want to put that tea out, let's talk about it. Let's get into a lot of things since that's what you want to do. Boo, what's up? And that's what she did. Baby, this is get. Some told me it was gonna get messy, but I didn't know it was gonna get this messy. I didn't know it was gonna get this messy, child. That's crazy. But I ain't really got nothing else. I just wanted to hop on and tell y'all this. Somebody says everybody talking about their mama, cousin, whoever that was abused. That ain't for nothing to do with this. That ain't got nothing to do with this. She's been a manipulator, and she knew he was a hot mess from the jump. I'm not saying that you're wrong. He was definitely a hot mess. When I was reading the article, I'm sorry, the article, and they referenced some of his old behavior from the past. I'm like, okay, so you could have and should have known this before you even got in that relationship. But I think people get in these relationships thinking that it'll never happen to them. I also think I feel like she's not a manipulator on her own. A lot of people are saying that she's a manipulator. And if you feel that way, I'm not saying you're wrong, but what I'm saying is he is one too. So they would be one and the same for me on that token. Oh, interesting. He did want them sealed. She wanted them public. Girl, ain't that giving Tiana and her man? Tiana wanted it sealed, but he wanted it public. But the gag was him wanting it public made him look worse. And Miss Girl wanted it public because she knew how far she was willing to take it. And she like, play with me if you want to. I'm the one that got the tea on you. I got the drop on you, baby. And then they're saying that something, with her being pushed downstairs and stuff, that hotel should have some footage. Now, granted, it's a time away, so I don't know if they still have the footage, but I'm surprised TMZ probably working on that right now. Just so they can get that footage and release that. I'm sure. How embarrassing. Fighting for abuse of men. Possibly, it's not so much as fighting for the abuse part. It's fighting to save face in the public. She was trying to save faces. A lot of people do. I think Tina Turner was over there, God rest her soul, doing the same thing, saving face, saving grace, saving face for a very long period of time until she, got her Nomyo Horengekyo and started whooping niggas. Yes, you feel me? I think it happens to to quite a few people. That's just, I think it happens to quite a few people. They overstay their welcome in situations. It be like this sometimes, somebody says she's just embarrassed. Girl, you thought you was different and it's giving you weren't. Good luck. So sorry this is happening with the Jenkins family. I definitely wish them the best and hope that they can get this situation figured out soon. I do believe more is to come. This is one nasty divorce, honey. You guys can continue the conversation down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some batteries. Stand for my honor, but you run no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad one. King of my city and cul-de-sac.